Welcome to 2021. It is first day of the new year, and all the critters, including the chickens we forgot to put up last night, are hungry and cold. So it is time to get these guys fed. We had considering all that went on last year, we still had a good year. Got some projects done.
Oh, donkey, you got water in the feeder.
No water in the feeder.
I'm coming, Donk.
We've got a whole new set of projects planned for this year, so be another one. One of them is cleaning up all this. We've got all kinds of lumber and parts and things from all kinds of projects here in the barn, and need to get these guys cleaned up. And a little bit better way to store some of this. So that's one project. Keeping these guys fed.
Okay, there you go. Here goes Burgers.
Alice, do you have anything special you want to do in 2021?
Project-wise?
Besides being able to see out of your hood in the cold?
A coop here in the barn for the babies, so winter babies.
Yeah, so we mentioned cleaning that up, but you guys, we did another video. You can see the brooder right there. But when they come out of the brooder, especially in really bad weather, we'd like to have one of these stalls in this side of the barn as a place for them to sort of graduate to before they go outside.
Yeah, we need to get this stuff cleaned up into somebody who's actually going to use it.
Yeah, we've got one saddle left. We really don't use anymore. Lots of lumber, lots of plastics for the garden. And this stall here, over the past year, sort of became the outdoor tool shed, if you will. We've got a bunch of the outdoor stuff there, and a lot of lumber from parts.
Not bubbling too good today.
No.
It's cold.
Well, I'm sure it fermented because we didn't feed it to him, the grain to him yesterday.
I did.
Oh, did you? But at least it's been soaked.
It's soaked. A little strainer.
See if they all come running today.
Do what?
We'll see if they all come running today.
These guys
They're
usually
so-
get fed last.
It rained pretty much all day yesterday. Nice steady
And
rain.
half the day before.
And half the day before, yeah. So we got, let's see, maybe you can see out there, we got a few what we call land lakes. That are soaked through. You just strain the water out and give these guys their breakfast.
This one's not yours.
Happy New Year, chickens. Oh, there's
New Year,
Phyllis.
chickens.
Hello, Phyllis.
Where's Phyllis?
Oh, Phyllis is right there. You can't see out of one eye and blind in the other.
Here you go, Phyllis. Here you go, Phyllis. Have a bite.
Can Phyllis get a bite?
Phyllis.
You know, she's really not smart enough to get a bite. Oh, there she is. Put it right in front of her.
Burr.
So it was so horribly windy and raining yesterday. But during all that rain, I came out and I put a couple of extra tarps on top of this one coop out here to try to keep these guys. The fences are off. I left them off because there was no sun. See, everybody's still the chickens all are pretty dry, but their coop, not so much.
Talking to us.
But yeah,
Look at the water.
yeah, water in all the feed pans.
A lot of water in the feed pans. I dumped it yesterday.
There was so much wind and rain, and chickens were getting soaked. So I put a tarp over both ends. Of course, they can still get in and out of their chicken door.
Honey, I gotta get in the door. How do I do that?
Well, you got don't undo anything. Just raise it up.
I'm doing it. That's what I'm looking to see how it's together.
You just lift it in the middle and open the door. The door goes in, remember?
Well, yeah, but I didn't know how tight down it was. Can't feel anything.
I'm doing most of it.
I put a pan in here yesterday.
Yeah, it's still in. It's still up there by the door.
Ah!
But
Oh my goodness.
we're getting a breakfast. Happy New Year, chickens. Look at this guy. We've never figured out what is the deal. I don't know if you can see that. Look at this chicken's feet.
She's a girl. Why are there 2 pans in here?
I don't know. There was 2 in there yesterday.
Oh, because those are the beet greens.
Oh yeah, one had beet greens in it.
Help!
Since got soaked.
I can't get out. Well, I'm glad it's good for the chickens. Not convenient for me.
Are you going back in there? Or should I close the door?
No, close the door, please.
Anyway, there's still some chickens in here. Staying warm and high and dry.
Oh, this.
It is still super windy. It's not raining today, but man, the wind is pretty fierce.
These peas microgreens are still green.
Yeah, we put a little tray of pea microgreens in there.
A few days ago.
Still green. Chickens have eaten a few of them.
Not anything for them to peck on in the grass, so.
Yeah, as soon as we get a dry minute, we need to move both these coops.
The wind will be dry. Look it. It'll be dry till March. Then it'll start raining.
Yeah, be wet till March and then rain again.
They say it's always hot in Texas. It's not always hot in Texas. We have awful soil. It's very hard, compact clay, and we recently found out that 5 to 7 feet down, there's this nasty bubblegum consistency stuff.
Is that caliche?
I don't know what it is, but its roots don't like to go down through it. Coming in?
Yep. And it's interesting. This group of chickens, of course, there's only about half as many in here, but these guys don't seem to till the ground up as much as the other group.
And they don't have a rooster.
Yeah, and this flock doesn't have a rooster. How many birds are in here?
16.
Yeah, there's 16.
And they're a year older than those. These are 2 years old.
2-year-old chickens.
This one's molting like a big time. Oh, this is awful. Look at this one. Oh my goodness. These pans are totally full. And I emptied them yesterday, so it's not like it's one rainstorm full. Here you go, girls.
You also brought out some of the ash, the fireplace ash. And what's funny is it's still dry underneath. It's like just weird how that doesn't really like to get wet. Doesn't soak up water very well.
There you go, girls.
What is going on in here? Looks like they've already laid most of their eggs. We built this coop last year. That's one of the projects we finished. Of course, the wind, it was on a trailer, and a bad windstorm pretty much blew it away. We put it on skids to move with the tractor.
Yes, we decided that no more wheels for us.
No more wheels. With our wind, it's just not practical. Nesting boxes are all good. One thing we do need to fix on this one.
We had it anchored down. Didn't we have it anchored down?
Yeah. Is when these get wet, this coop door doesn't want to open. So I've got to, once it dries out again, I need to get it trimmed up so the door's not as tight.
Okay, girls. Gotta stay warm, dry. Maybe it'll stop raining today. Oh goodness. Look at that bit of green over there. That's where coop used to be.
Yeah, that's one of the apple trees.
No. The green grass.
Oh, the green grass where the coop has been before. So it's one of the grains.
Yep, it's green.
Green.
Look at the flap.
Flap it in the wind. Piece of the tarp.
It's scaring the chickens. Chickens. No chickens.
Chickens.
Now, the poor old swimmers, the ones that wish they were ducks, the babies. You gotta get feed for them. They were up to their knees in water yesterday. Oh, it's better.
So, yep. Pretty good. And again, I put a tarp against the front of this one just to give it a wind break.
I'm gonna go get their seeds.
So we'll get these guys some new seeds. And we actually need to get them some water. I don't usually leave the tractor out, but it was so filthy from the previous week and it was nice and dry. I was doing a bunch of work out in the field with the mulch and the compost, so I actually left it out in the rain so it could get a bath. So anyway, I'm gonna get some water for those pullets. All the barn chickens that stay in this coop here next to the barn. Looks like they've all got food and water and what they need. And of course, they're all hanging out there in the barn. It's not all that cold. It's only 38 degrees this morning when we came outside, but that wind sure makes a bite. Yeah, all the rain barrels are full. One of them on the front porch it broke. Actually, back in the summer, it didn't freeze or anything, but for some reason, got a big crack in it.
All the west, facing the west, and it's all that hot afternoon.
I think it was the hot afternoon sun.
Yeah, the other one too. Ah! Had to move the feeder on the dry ground yesterday.
I know, it's pretty squishy in here.
Oh gosh. Sorry, chickens. Glad to see they're upstairs.
Oh, their water's full. I thought it looked like it was low, but it's not. It's full.
Their seeds are pretty full too.
I put food in there for them last night. A lot of these guys are. Oh, look at the one up there. There's a lot of grain in that one too.
Yeah. And I have some more.
And the smart ones are up here out of the wind.
I don't think they mind it. They're not like people.
Yeah.
See, the seeds are. There's. Is there corn in that? I don't know. These are not.
Looks like peas.
Yeah. Well, peas and oats
carbohydrates
and.
provide and protein.
There you go. It's grower. It's not layer, so it's different.
Good morning. Do you have anything to say?
These are the Trinity Market pullets for the pullet sales coming over in about a week.
Cat got his tongue.
Oh, don't say that. They'll be scared kitties. These are our foster birds.
Foster birds. How about that? That's funny.
Oh. Bye-bye, birdies. Oh, look at these girls. They like the...
Yeah. Long Rangers.
So they're not like people. They don't feel it like we do. They're
That's true. They've got the nice
insulating
thick
feathers,
insulating
and they
feathers.
generate heat different than people because they're not. but they stay very warm. If you ever got really cold hands, pick up a chicken.
They make good hand warmers, huh?
Well, and you'll work up warm exercise in to catch it. Running around the place. You didn't need all of it, so that's good.
Who's that for?
Soaking for tomorrow morning.
Oh, that's right.
Half scratch and half layer. In the bucket. And then
Put your apple cider vinegar in.
yeah, just a little bit to help it cook.
I think the apple cider vinegar and soaking it is also part of moving something that they call the anti-nutrients from
Seeds.
seeds and grains. You'll take whatever you can get right there, huh?
Hey Dave, another project.
Another project?
Yep, that we need to do before spring even thinks of getting here. Cleaning up all that.
Yeah, so this chicken run has comes up every year. During the summer, a lot of weeds and grasses and stuff grow up inside of here, and actually between the chicken run and the fence, our neighbor's fence, so it's always a project to get that cleaned out.
Yep, and I see now that it's not grown and where the net needs to be fixed a little bit,
Yeah,
and
sort of some restretching.
yeah, and maybe I'd like to get all that cleared out and throw in some soil, whether it be compost or what, and maybe seed something good in there, like just maybe a cover crop, something that they'll eat. And
Have to
Not
close
that-
close their little door that's right there out of the coop to it, so it has time to grow up.
well, yeah, but or put something blocking it. That is so old. How old is this run?
Well, this lean-to shed was here when we moved here.
Well, I know, but this run we put in
Yeah, the run. I don't know.
before the kids went to college.
Yeah, so it's been there a long time.
It's been there at least, I'd say, 15 years.
Which is funny because I really didn't expect it to last more than a
Couple
year,
years, yeah.
year or two, because if you look at it, it's made out of
It was one of our first big, things
yeah.
we did for the chickens besides reinforce the food.
So it's made out of PVC, which is kind of cold and warped. But PVC, wire, and bird netting. And around the bottom it has some chicken wire. But these chickens still come in here and do their chicken thing. But there's all kinds of uses for this. I mean, it wouldn't be that hard to put some panels down the sides and use it for a pig run as well.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a... Look at all these leaves, though. I'm excited about them. But
Yep.
blow them right here.
It's a good pile of them here.
Yep, I want to start a compost over there. Another project. Another compost.
Another compost, like we need another.
Yes, but it's closer to where we clean out this
You can never have too much, right?
Never too much.
Well, let's go see the greenhouse and see what's alive in there.
Everything's alive in there. Well, Beceptin, the tomato project.
Yeah, tomatoes
Beceptin, because that's a word.
are all done. But
Well, yeah. I can seed the tomatoes. I tried.
The moringas are wintering in there, and then we have our trial beds with
Our very first in-ground greenhouse plants, which you would think wouldn't be that big of a deal, but the other day I went in there and it was probably 100 degrees, and today it's not 100 degrees. And how it's soil temperature was staying around between 60 and 70, so I think that's good. But I don't know. I mean, if we let it next sunny day, it'll be 100 degrees in there again. We need to, I don't want things to start bolting, you know? And two, we're down to 10 hours a day as far as sunlight goes.
yeah, so it's an interesting thing. A lot of places at some point
Get less than 10
get
hours.
less than 10 hours a day, but here that is actually our minimum. We get down to 10 hours.
10 hours, 1 minute.
So the door will actually stay where you put it.
Oh. Okay.
Wow, that's like a 20. It's cloudy out there, and it's still like a, what is it, maybe 15 or 20 degree temperature difference from out there to in here,
I don't know, but there's no wind,
and there's no wind.
so my ears won't hurt. But we've got okay germination, I guess. That there's a seed over there. It looks like lettuce, not so
Yeah.
much
A few weeds coming up in
cabbage.
it.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 little places where we planted cabbage. None came up over there. Good transplant. There's a weed.
Yeah.
The radishes, little red radishes. This one's,
Starting to get bulbs on them.
yep, starting to, you see right there?
Yeah.
Going over here.
Yeah. Those guys are looking nice.
Yeah, look at that guy.
Mm-hmm.
They're always the quickest. That's why I like to plant them.
Yep.
These are Daikon Radish.
Yes. Those are looking nice.
Yep. They'll take a little longer. They're a little larger. There's lettuce that we scattered down here.
Yeah,
but
just a scattering along the edge.
another project. We've got to lift up that weed barrier. What's this called?
Weed barrier.
Well, whatever it is. Lift it up, put some soil in there, and put it
Yeah,
back
to
down
close the
that
gap there at the bottom.
Especially before bug season comes.
Yep.
That's another nice thing about all this is we're not messing with mosquitoes and
That's true.
every living thing. We do still get some worms. We could use some BT out in the other garden.
Well, right before this cold snap, actually, I did. I mixed BT and sea mist and sprayed all the plants in here.
Weeds.
Carrots are beginning to get some true leaves.
Yeah, these little guys right here. But there's some, when it gets really hot, I think these
Yeah.
springtime weeds are.
Some of these get just a little
Look at
bit
this.
bigger.
This is
We'll
some henbit. I think, what is this?
parsnip.
Yeah, this is,
That's not. Yeah, that's weed.
this weed is called henbit. It's very pretty when it blooms, but don't want it.
We've got the beets. The beets are pretty. So we'll
Yeah,
have-
the red ones in the middle are the slowest.
They are.
And we
But
did not.
those would be nice beet greens to add to our salads and stuff.
Yep, and I keep wanting to pick those as weeds.
They're not. Those
They're
are
not.
lettuce along the edge.
And then down here
Bok
is
choy.
bok
Some of
choy.
that is ready
Yeah,
to nibble on.
I want to make it. We need to thin it,
It does need to be
so
thinned, yeah.
we can nibble on the thinnings. And these are almost these little tiny baby
Spinach.
spinaches.
Is it
Yay.
tasty?
Good. And this is the broccoli. Like they all came up nicely. I need to get my never sink tool out here and
Yeah, we do.
mess up the ground. These are growing these are fast, little buggers. I can get my squats in. Oh, there's another one. And then broccolini or asparagus or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. And kohlrabi. Those are the kohlrabi there.
Oh, that's kohlrabi. Where's asparagus?
Mix one up. That one.
That one's asparagus.
Yeah. And then the calabrese is down there on the end.
Yeah. Yes.
So, all doing pretty good.
And the cabbages. We
You
need
can tell the
to.
temperature difference too, because it's cold outside and the condensation here on the inside of the greenhouse.
Yeah, we got a rain in here. Yep. And then we have to bundle back up my ears
Put the hats back on.
and go see the poor moringa.
Yeah, the leaves are gone, but if it's anything like the last couple of years, they tend to spring back. They're
We
just
need
sticks
to-
right now.
Maybe trim them down at some level.
Yeah, no bush back out.
Yeah, we should have eaten these. This is the vitamin tree, or has miracle tree, all kinds of different nicknames. But it's a leaf that has more protein, I think they say, than any other green.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, it's good if you're on a plant-based diet to have some moringa around. And it's just hard to grow a tropical plant, and even though we're zone 8, we're a little bit
We have our cold
chilly.
spells.
We have our cold spells. Just at one cold spell will zap it. And we have what? Maybe 5 or 6 of winter. I mean, it'll be warm again probably. And we'll have fall
We'll see.
again. We'll have
It
spring
just depends.
again.
We
We'll
never
have
know.
winter
Sometimes
again.
we actually have a winter, and sometimes it'll be spring and winter and spring and winter and spring and winter for a week at a time.
Yeah, we just are happy that we have greenhouse.
Yeah, it's nice. This was one of the projects we did last year in
Yep.
2020.
Yep.
So,
Yep, from Gardener Solutions. Yep.
Grower Solutions.
Grower Solutions. Okie doke.
Well, let's look at the mud out there from our tilling and trying to get the soil prep.
And visit the garlic.
Oh yeah, we should visit the garlic.
Yeah, put on my gloves.
You can see, and it's just, I'm gonna have to get a box blade and spread this, pull this soil back off of the pathway, but adding all the compost and stuff to it really thickened it up and loosened the soil, so it's much better.
Still has that nasty gumball stuff
Yep.
5
but it
feet
is,
down, but for annual plants it's no big deal, but for the trees that we planted it's a pretty big deal. Only we've planted 5 or 6 apple trees. I can't remember how many, but we only have one, which needs the second one.
But that's part of another one of our 2021 projects. We have we've ordered basically a bunch of trees and plants and things that'll be a part of the food forest.
Oh my goodness, look at this.
I know the stakes got pulled up from the wind. So we had one type of garlic that had not come up. Everything else was up and growing, and this one was not.
Susanville.
What kind was that? Susanville?
Yeah. It's what the package says. These don't look very good at all. They're
Yeah.
turning yellow.
Maybe a little too much water in the last few days rain or something.
That's scary. Are these? This is these came up first. I have to look at my little package to see which one's which. I can't remember all their names.
Yeah, can't remember. So garlic, we had the
There's one.
ones that weren't coming up are now starting to come through. pop up.
This is. They look okay. They look like they're turning yellow, which is not happy in my radar, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we may need to mulch around them and get them protected a little bit better. But it's the only thing planted out here right now. But still working on the soil conditions here in the market garden field, and as soon as the soil dries out again, we'll keep working on it and getting the compost tilled in.
I want a ditch dug. So
She
all
wants a
this will
ditch, so
have
this will all.
something, somewhere to go.
Well, you must admit though, usually in the past it ponds up over here.
I know,
now-
that's why I want the ditch. I want it to go down to there and then down and out.
So with the soil broken up better and tilling, now it's really only getting ponding along the side of our little roadway here.
So that's why we need a ditch going out.
We need to finish grading that out a little bit better.
And this right here, see? It needs to be higher over there. Both need to go whoosh.
So he'll get there. It just takes
Yeah.
time.
There's no such thing as flat. Even though originally this was a hayfield, I think.
That's what we used it for. Grazing
Well,
cows and sheep.
I mean, before the houses were built.
Yeah.
This whole thing was a big
big hayfield.
hayfield, corn. I'm sure they rotated it. But that was years ago. Our house was built in the 70s. So we used it for raising longhorns and other various animals.
It's kind of interesting. The spot here next to the road, you can still see the soil condition of the
Original.
clay compared to what's out there now from having all of the compost and wood chips and stuff put in it. Totally different than what we started with, but so it's improving little by little.
Year by year. Is this year 3?
This will be year 3. This one is one of the areas that has the most in it, the most compost and chips in it.
Yeah, because this was the boggiest. I always thought we should dig it out and make a pond.
Yeah. But
see,
the pond area. But I did this on purpose, making this side next to the roadway where the tiller's the last place that it digs in. So all of the water tends to drain off the field and collect in it now.
Yeah, that's why.
So we just need to open that up and get it to go all the way downhill to the bar ditch by the road.
Yes, that's my dream.
That's much better. I think
Those are our poor dead.
all the plants we ordered should be here. We ordered from Stark Brothers. Should be here
In April.
April and May.
I have no idea where we're going to put them. We could put it all in here.
Good.
Not.
So there's an apple tree.
That's.
It's a Granny Smith. I don't know if it'll come back or not. We'll have to wait and see. Grasshoppers were so bad last year that it just decimated all of this. I think this one has died. This is an apple tree that we thought was dead, and it has come back from the grass, so I doubt it will actually produce any apples.
Yeah, they'll have pretty flowers.
Yeah, the bees might like the flowers. And this one is just constantly held on, even though
This is the cinnamon spice apple. They're all Stark Brother trees. Cinnamon spice, man. This is the second one that we put here.
Yeah.
And then we had 1, 2, 3, and then when that one died, we put in that one, but I wouldn't let you dig that one up because I was afraid it wasn't dead yet.
Right.
Anyway, and then there's weeds.
Yeah, we gotta clean all that up. So that's actually been one of the projects I wanted to do for the last year.
This would be a good area for elderberries.
Yep, elderberries would be good through here.
'Cause they can take bottomland.
But getting all of this
Wet.
area cleaned up back here.
That's our old compost that
Yeah.
we're not going to use anymore.
No, get rid of that and get all this area back here cleaned up will be another project for 2021.
But first, I want to go do laundry.
Laundry? On January 1, you're going to do some laundry?
Yeah, if you want clean pants.
Pants are nice.
Pants are
Well,
good.
I don't know.
Especially-
Sometimes pants are overrated.